Okay, so at this point, I'm going to show you how you can do systems of equations using your TI nSpire calculator. You'll notice over here is the keypad that you see on your calculator when you have it here in the classroom. Over here on the right is what you see at the top. Yours looks slightly different. Yours looks more like this. There's my notes elsewhere. Yours looks like this over here. However, I want you to be able to see this screen nice and big, which is why I have it set up like this. So you can see which buttons I'm pushing, but I'm going to show you how to do it. So when you first log into the calculator, you are going to do a new calculation, new document. So go ahead and you can go to calculate. So you can just press enter or you can press A. It'll bring you into the scratch pad. When you go into the scratch pad, you need to say menu. What class are we in? We are in algebra. And you'll notice right here, the second option says solve system of linear equations. If you click on that, it comes up and asks you a few questions. As I mentioned to you previously, this year we only do 2. You might have systems of 3 linear equations in the future, but we're only doing 2 this year. I'm going to leave my variables as x and y. As you move forward with using this tool as an option, if it were a question about nickels and dimes, you might want to use N and D. But in this case, we're going to use x and y because that's what's in my system. So just say OK. Now, I'm going to go back and use the examples from my notes. So when I say that, let's use this example 2 that was just in the last notes. So if you flip back to those notes, these are under the notes that said systems, part 2, writing systems of equations from different sources, graphs and word problems, and it was example 2 from those notes. The 2 equations we had were x plus y equals 36 and 2x minus y equals 6. So in your handy dandy calculator, in this first box, you're going to type in x plus y equals 36. So your x is down here, x plus y equals 36. Then you use the down arrow to go into the next box. And my next equation was 2x minus y equals 6. So 2x minus y equals 6. I've typed in the 2 equations that I have. My variables, x and y, that's what I'm solving for, x and y. These variables should always match the variables that are in your equations. At this point, you just press enter, and it's going to give you the answer. You'll notice it says 1422. If we go back and look at how we went through and solved it and did all this work by hand, x is 14, y is 22. We did have it correct. This is really handy for checking yourself, but it's also really handy for solving systems. Now that you've learned how to do it the long way, it's good to know that there is an option for the calculator to solve it for you. So let's go ahead and try one more. We're going to do example 3. So that was the problem about apples and oranges. So it's example 3 in the same set of notes we were just talking about. So you go to menu. We are in algebra class. Let's do system of linear equations. There are 2 equations. I'm going to leave it as x and y because those are the variables I used before, and I'm going to select OK. My first equation was 12x plus 7y equals 536. So 12x plus 7y equals, and it was money because this was adding the cost of 2 items, 536. Then I'm going to use the down arrow and put in the other one. The other one was 8x plus 5y, so 8 oranges plus 5 apples equals, and it was 368, 3.68. I'm still solving for x and y. Those x and y match what's in my equations, and I'm going to press enter, and you'll see that it's telling me, and it tells you in the same order you see here. So here it says x, y. That means this is your x, this is your y. So this should be oranges are 26 cents, and apples are 32 cents. Now this brings up an interesting issue from my notes because I had to do a double take because I had those words reversed. But the problem for that was that I was not paying enough attention when I wrote them down. Because remember, I defined my variables right here. X was the cost of oranges. I solved for y. Y is the cost of apples. So I just had them reversed. Apples. And that means that X is oranges. So down here, apples were 32 cents and oranges were 26 cents. And that is exactly what I came out with on my calculator. So again, really handy tool for you to be able to solve systems of equations in your TI nSpire calculator. I have not figured out how to do this on Desmos. I'm not even sure it works on Desmos, but it does work on the TI nSpire, which you will have for the Algebra Star. So go ahead and keep practicing this. This should help you going forward with all systems questions as long as you can write the system correctly. That's it for now. Thanks and have a great day.